Hello friends, and welcome to my creative art channel, where today I'm going to show you the process I went through to go from these purple polka dots to this journal page. Follow along, get your cup of tea, let's go. So the other day I put a short together when I created this wonderful piece of craziness. I didn't do anything here, really. We had just come in from working on firewood, and I was tired, but I wanted to play. So this page, if you haven't seen it, I will pop up the link. I had leftover cloud whip when I was working on some tags, so I just threw it in the notebook. So I just played with that page because I love how the paint travels between the three-dimensional texture. So anyhow, just in a bit of free-flowing abstract impressionism, just kind of threw that together. But in creating that, I did this thing down here prior to the pops of color outline, where I wrote creativity and then covered it with blue watercolor, and then I just wiped it. And I like what happened in the background. So today I've been playing with index cards, just plain old regular index cards, using that kind of wipe for background texture for journaling cards. So I typically work in a 7 inches across, 3.5. I got that backwards? No, it's 3.5 this way, and I think 5 inches this way is my journal, my diary journal mini album. And these cards with the lines on it will make for perfect journal cards. So if I were to open up a page here, I made it so when you glue this to the inside, this still closes so that you can close it, the entire journal. But when you open it also, it has enough space here, enough room for like one of those planner page stickers, and just more room for other stuff. It works perfectly without having to cut the index card. Right, so this is a pretty simple technique that you can do anything with. I played with the word art in the background, but it doesn't have to be words, and I'm thinking that it just can create a nice background starting point for you to do mixed media journaling using oil pastels, water-soluble oil pastels, and some watercolors. So I have both of these opening up this way. I'm going to create one. I'm just eyeballing it here for now. I'm going to create one so it can be on this side of the journal, and it opens up that way. So we really only need to play with this space. I fast forwarded this next section because I was still in the exploration stage, and this first card that I make to look like a sun, it doesn't really explain how and I say this loosely, discovered this resist between the oil pastels and watercolors. So okay, I like the way this gives you that kind of swiped look, but that's really not what I'm focusing on. So let's go ahead and jump into the next card. I mean, it seems so basic. I'm sure there's people out there that can do a lot with this and may even have been doing it already. Let's just say I don't know, maybe this is nothing. Maybe nobody's excited about this. But it kind of leaves a relief.
Yep, not the right word.
You know what I mean?
Yes, so a relief is a three-dimensional
So you
thing.
can see where the oil pastel was underneath. It's like the watercolor doesn't stick to it.
That's called resist.
Which is why I did that kind of art.
That's why on the other card I used the word art, because I wanted it to resist the watercolors and just show a shadow of the word art.
Maybe if we did... It's really wet. Saturated. Again, this is for a background effect. So it's there. And put it in the background, and you can play, you know, like I did with the art where you outline it or don't wipe it completely away. It's very versatile, right? But like, so this smile, you know, it's wet, but you could come in with a marker, outline that. Should wait for the paper to dry. That would be a good idea.
Every mixed media artist knows that layers is the key. So I'm enjoying that this is a background layer that you can build upon. In this close-up, you can really see what I'm talking about with the resist, where the watercolor doesn't cover the oil pastel.
That wilted violet. A little bit of cloud whip.
All right, so this is where I'm going to start playing. I love this idea of being able to mix colors with the cloud whip. So I'm getting this nice pastel violet color that I can now create three-dimensional texture. I have cloud whip left over, so I'm inspired to do another card, like I need an excuse. It's the reveal that you love there.
I just put the card in my, just over my crap book because I'm seeing my Lindy's starburst spray, sweet violet purple teal. It was shouting at me from over in the corner because I think it would match so perfect here. I just want to do a splatter. So I think I'm going to cheat here a little bit and just stick my brush in here. I think I am anyway. I always want so much more from these. What a nice big splotch. Like a big bloop. See that little bloop on there? Bloop.
I think I just wish I had a little bit more control over the medium.
Yes.
It leaves such a wonderful shimmer, like a two-tone shimmer. I wish I had better control over it.
How fun is that? Wait. What if I did? I like that. Am I getting carried away now?
Yes, and that's the whole point. And this is why I love playing with this. I didn't plan ahead to put these little dots within the circles. And just wait till you see how it plays into the journal page later. I certainly didn't plan it, but those pops of color came in handy again. Okay, you get the idea. So I'll play here a little bit more on this card, but let's let's jump ahead.
It just so happens that my next journal page has kind of a purplish picture to put in it. And I'll explain this in another video, but I use scrap paper to make my own handmade journals. Might as well not waste paper, right? But then when it comes to making a page, a lot of times I cover it up with scrapbook paper and photos. So to carry forward this piece that we just finished, to put it in this journal, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to continue this look so that it will tie into the page, basically. So I'm just going to have fun making more circles. And we know this is going to get covered up, so I don't have to go too crazy in that corner. Maybe we got a big old circle here, and I have this other page that I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. This is what happens when I start playing. This is, it's not 20-pound copy paper, it's like a letterhead weight paper that I'm working on. This is reacting a little bit differently because it's absorbing a lot more of the water. Right, so in using a white, it's going to have a different effect, I think. I really love this resist look. There is nothing like paper that has been wet and then dried. I just love the sound that it makes, the texture it becomes. I know, I'm weird, what can I say? Adhesive. Love it. So I have yet to do a video about my diaries, journals, mini albums. But I feel like it's gonna be here soon. Alright. How fun is that? I could continue this now if I wanted to over here. And I have a little journaling spot, but I made this extra piece because depending on how I was feeling, I thought maybe I would decorate this other side a little bit in a way. Here, this would be my style, right? Would be to tear this now. Now for me it's too much right now, right? However, I still have I have a picture that I'm gonna print out and put in here, so that's gonna have, that's gonna break it up a little bit. I'm gonna find a sentiment here about friends because my friend came over and we did a craft project together. So a nice sentiment here. The picture, I can write about the day. I'm sure I can come up with more for that side.
Wait for it.
I think I just decided I was going to put the picture here. I'm going to make it nice and big. I'm going to put it here. Alright, let's put the page together. Let's play a little bit. So this is a picture of the cross that I help Stella with every year, mostly every year. We get together and she brings the supplies and we have a good time together putting a cross for her husband for the cemetery. And the first thing I'm noticing for me is I need a little bit more contrast there. Now this page that I made, I'm liking the idea here of using the back side of it just to provide a little contrast. Which is cool because where some of the watercolor has bled through the paper, it shares that same color. And I can hear some people saying, why would you go through all that work, right, to create this, only to cover it up? But that's the whole process of it, that look of layers and not knowing where photos might fall. I played with the idea of kind of fussy cutting this, but I got that out of my head real quick. And this is just the style of journal that I enjoy doing. This kind of junk journal-ish, messy journal looking. It just holds a lot more interest for me. So a shout out to my friend Stella. Maybe I should go across the top. Ooh, I like that better. And we can round the corners. Who's around the corner?
Okay, so when I was a kid, there was this rhyme that we used to do with two people. Knock, knock, who's there? Grandpa, what do you want? A glass of beer. Where's your money? In your pocket. Where's your pocket? In your pants. Where's your pants? Around the corner. And then the ending I've heard different. We used to say, and what's that number? Cucumber. But I've heard some other endings where it's like, you don't have any money, you're a bum. Ah, childhood memories. Hello, friend.
Nice. Let's see, this is Me and My Big Ideas. Stickers, hello friend. Which is where I got the idea to make that. But I like in here, no one will ever be as entertained by us as us. I want to put that on the front here. And I'm going to grab my white marker right here. And now that you get the idea, if you are making a journal as well, this is where the fun part comes in. You do what you do. I think I'd really like to outline this in white. Get this marker to work. Come on, marker.
These markers used to be really good at drawing in white. I broke down and took out my fine tip white acrylic dispenser here. And by the way, who am I kidding? This is where the fun starts. This has been fun from the beginning for me. Here we go. It's those pops of color again. I'm using these so much more than I ever expected.
That's gonna match. Oh, I love it so much.
Really, this becomes more fun because now the page is laid out, right? So there's no more planning. It's laid out, it's there. Now we just add a little more sparkle, a little more shine.
How fun is that? I want more. Is it gonna ruin it? I want a couple more right here.
How fun is that when you don't plan for things to work out like this, but those pops of color really coordinated well with those little dots within the circles that I created earlier. So cool, right?
See, I don't plan things like that. It just kind of works out that way. And then when you open it up, I can write about our day together. Then there's even, I could put a little something right there.
Oh my gosh, guys, another creative adventure. And I love these when they turn out even better than I expected. Thank you again so much for joining me. I appreciate you. And remember to laugh at life's colorful blessings, one creative idea at a time. See you soon.